Good afternoon. Can you
Some,
hear me?
yes, you can. Welcome.
Okay.
Now I'd like to request someone who's on their laptop today to be uh, my co-presenter. So instead of me taking us through, I want someone to volunteer to share their screen, and then we can use that to learn together. So ideally, all of us should be on our machines. We do a hands-on, we do something together. But yeah, anyone who can volunteer to be my co-presenter today? Anyone? Kathy, Nelens, Promise, John, Brian.
I think John Gitonga is raising his hand. What is that?
John Gitonga, you have your hand raised. Would you like to volunteer?
The thing is that my Microsoft account has refused to log me in.
Okay, then maybe I can try share my screen if that's okay.
Yes, please. Meanwhile, John, you can share the issue you have with logging in, and then Edgar can help you out.
Are you able to see that?
It's coming, it's not yet.
I'm not sure which screen you're able to see.
For now, we are seeing a black screen.
Okay, sorry, I'm sharing a window. Let me try that again.
Nice one, nice one.
So, yeah, please, you can instruct me to.
Yes, now we can see your screen, and we can see the, yeah, you've opened the website.
Yeah. Is that okay? Or which one do you want me to open?
Yeah, that's okay. Just a second. Okay. I'm being informed that there's a username you got when you registered for this platform. Something that has at mcocheng.com, something like that.
Or you mean use username here?
Which one? Huh. Okay, just a second.
I'm not sure which one you mean, because this is what I'm using for my account. And this is what I'm using.
Oh, yes, that's what you want. The one you're using on the web.
Okay.
Yes, the one I saw, brian.kimondo@mcocheng.
This one here.
Yes, that's what you want. So awesome. So yeah. So let's get started. So hi everyone once again. Welcome as we get to learn Power Platform together. So Brian will be our co-presenter, and basically all of us, if you have your account with you and you have your machine with you, kindly log in and follow along so that we can make it a practical session that at the end of the hour we'll have done these things together. You'll have created an application yourself, an automation, or basically all of these that you want to do today. So quick introduction about Power Platform before we get to the practical aspect. So Power Platform is it's a local development platform by Microsoft that allows people to build applications, automate workflows, analyze data, and even create AI solutions with minimal coding. So I'm sure most of us have interacted with the process of creating a website, creating an application, and we know the pro code route, which is writing HTML codes, CSS, JavaScript, and whatever language you're using to create your website. So Microsoft have gone ahead and created an easier route for people where you can create a website, you can create an application, you can do an automation without having to write the lines of codes. So that's what.
During COVID, anybody was there from 2019? Where were you in 2021, 2020? During that time, there was a big problem.
Yeah, so that's what Power Platform is, and that's what we'll be having a look at today. So Power Platform in itself has 5 components. So Brian, you can open a new tab and then type make, M-A-K-E, make.powerapps.com. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that one. And then as that opens, you can open a new tab and now open Power Automate. So same make.powerautomate.com. Awesome. And then as that opens, you can do a new tab and then open make.powerpages.
Because if you look at the time when we started our biomedical engineering, that was in
that
2013. Up to now, we've had more than.
Sorry, could you say that again?
The first one there, make.powerpages.microsoft.com. Awesome. And then you can also do a new tab again. The last one is app.powerbi.com. app.powerbi.com. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, of course we have a fifth one, which is the Copilot Studio, but I'm sure you went through that in details in the last session. So for today, we won't touch on Copilot Studio. Rather, we'll just do an overview of the other four. Awesome. So you can go back to the very first tab, the Power Apps. Yes, next one. So Power Apps is the low-code platform for building applications. So this could be mobile applications or web applications. Basically, something heavy, an application that you want to do multiple things at the same time. So when you look at Brian's screen, you can see on the left side we have a number of buttons. We have the home, create, learn, plans, apps, AI Hub, and all of that. So home is the interface we add. You can see welcome Brian, start with design. You can pick a layout or start from blank to shape your app's UI. Start with data. That is if you already have tables created that you want to use to create your application. And then Brian, click on create on your left. Yeah, so you click on create when you want to start creating. So we have multiple ways creating from blank. Yeah, and then if you start from a blank canvas, you can either do a responsive, which will work with your device size, and then we have tablet size if you're developing an application for tablet size machines, and then there's a phone size if you're creating an application for your phone. And then the responsive is the application that you can use across all devices. When you switch to a phone, it responds to the phone screen size. If you switch to a desktop, if you go to a huge monitor, it auto responds to your screen size. So you can close that. And then below create, you have learn. Learn now redirects you to the documentation page. So you can, so this gets you to where we have documentations, guides to create simple applications. So you can scroll further down. Yes. Yeah, so this is some learning modules that you can use to learn. So for example, you can learn how to customize a Canvas application, how to plan your project, how to create a model-driven application. Yeah, all of that. So all this is available under Learn. And then when you click on Plans, yes. So Plans is it's a newest addition to Power Apps where you can use the help of AI to develop an application even while on this environment. So you can create a plan where you just describe your business problem, and then it will generate apps, automations, and tables. And then there's again a newest addition called vibe.powerapps.com. That's for again using AI. You're developing with AI hand in hand. So we'll get to test this in a few. So let's do a quick overview and then we'll get back to this. So when you click on the apps, apps is if you already have an existing application, this is where you'll see them. So not sure if Brian already has one. If you scroll further down, do we have any app? Yeah, so you can see Brian already has a task tracker. He already has a fast app. So yeah, awesome. And then AI Hub on the left, below the apps. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so AI Hub is a place for you to enrich your application by adding AI models to what you already have. So you can see there's prompts, AI models, document automation, monitor activity. So these are additions that you can have on your application that make use of AI. For example, when you look at document automation, this is you can kind of like OCR, you can give an image and it will extract such text for you and basically do all of that. So this is additions that you can have to your applications. And then next we have tables. Tables store the data that you're using in the application you're developing. So yeah, since you're creating an application involves some sort of data. You're either collecting data or you're showing this data, doing approvals, doing multiple things. So these are the tables. We already have system tables like what you're seeing here, the accounts, address, all of this. And then we can also create our own tables from here. So at the top, you can see plus new table. So if you click on that drop down, yeah, you can create a new table. You can create a virtual table. A virtual table is a connection between Power Apps and an outside application. For example, if you're using a SQL Server database, let's say if you're using an on-prem database, which is not in the cloud, for you to connect that to Power Apps, then you'll just create a virtual table that connects to the on-prem server and then use this virtual table on Dataverse. So it's like a gateway. It's just there providing you a connection from Power Apps to your on-prem SQL Server. And then below tables, we have flows. So flow, we'll have a look at this in details in the next tab under Power Automate. So why this one is here is because you can trigger these things. You can trigger an automation workflow from Power Apps where you've developed an application that connects to a Power Automate flow where, for example, if it's a data collection tool, someone submits, click submit, and then that triggers a workflow that sends an email, that sends notifications and such. Yeah, and you can see there's some examples here. You can scroll where you are. There's some examples on some of the flows you can create. And then, yeah, for example, you can go from Power Apps to, so the first one is Power button. The second is from Power Apps to SharePoint to email. So you can create an application that saves your documents on SharePoint and then sends an email. So this is what you can do with this flow. If, for example, you look at the third one, Power Apps can send an approval and follow up via Teams. So, for example, is I apply for a leave, let's say on a Power App application, it sends an approval notification to my manager. When they click on approve, it approves my leave and sends me a notification on Teams that, hey, Martin, your leave was approved and all of that information. So yeah, so these are examples of what we can do with a combination of Power Apps, SharePoint, Teams, Power Apps and flows, basically the automation workflows that are happening behind the scenes. And then if you click on solutions, that's the one below the flow. Yeah, I'm looking for the right words. This is a developer environment. I saw a notification up above that says it's a developer environment, meaning you can use this environment to create and test all the applications you're doing. But once you're done, for example, if I had contracted Brian to create an application for me, and then they went ahead and created that application, they have it ready. How will he get it now from himself to my environment? So that's where the solution comes in. So solution is a way for you to move a solution from one environment to the other. So a quick demo for this one. Brian, you can click on the new solution at the top. And then you can give it a name. You can call it app solution. Okay, and then click on the drop down under publisher. Yeah, you can use the CDS default. And then click on the more options, drop down at the bottom. Okay, awesome. And then click on create. So what Brian is doing right now, he wants to move one of the applications he has developed from his environment to my environment. So this solution right now is empty. It has nothing. So you can click on add existing next to new. And then we saw you already have apps. So go to app and then canvas app. Yeah, and then you can select any of those applications and then click add. Awesome. So what Brian has done here is, if I had contracted him to create for me a task tracker application, he went ahead and created it, and he has now added it to a solution. So click on the back button that's next to the search box. And the other back button that's above the three dots. Okay. Yeah, back to solution, that one. Awesome. So if Brian now wants to move the app he created from his environment to mine, he'll just come to the app solution at the bottom, scroll down. Yeah, that one, and then you can do the 3 dots. And then export solution. So export solution will give him the solution as a zipped file, and that's what he can share with me to bring this to my environment. If he already has access to my environment and it's part of his environments there, so click on the X button to close that, and then awesome, and then click on where it says Brian Kimondo's environment at the top right. Yes, so you can see Brian has access to 2 environments, Brian Kimondo's environment and MC Ocheng, the default. So assuming I was MC Ocheng and I wanted that solution, now he wouldn't have to export it. He would just now use the deployment, that arrow, that icon there that looks like an aeroplane. It's a deployment pipeline. So if he has access to the environment he's moving to, then that's easy, just using the that icon he's pointing at right now. But if he's giving it to me and my environment is separate, then what he just has to do is export the solution. So yeah, most of the others look the same. So when we exhaustively look at this, then we'll just skim through the Power Automate and the rest. So Brian, you can click on more under the solutions on your left. Okay, so yeah, if you look at more these websites, so websites will see that on the Power Pages side. There's agents, and then if you scroll down, there's monitor, there's catalog, there's solutions. Okay, click on discover all, and we can see them all on one screen. And then you can close the select environment. Awesome. So yeah, so this is all you can do with Power Apps. So scroll further down. Yeah, I went through the plans, the app, the AI hub, scroll, the tables, the flows, the websites, agent solutions, keep scrolling. Yeah, so the data management, app enhancements, app management, and all of that. So yeah, that's it for Power Apps. Basically, that's what you can do with Power Apps. So we'll skim through the rest now that they are closely related to this, and then we can do a demo by having Brian create an application for us here on the call. And like we said, if you have your machine with you and you have your account, you can open and we can do this together on your machine as well. So Brian, you can now go to the second tab for Power Automate. Yeah. So like we said, the interface looks the same with what we saw for Power Apps. So you can see there's create, there's templates, there's learn, there's my flows. Basically, same thing we saw on that side, but now these ones are for workflows. And then solutions, same thing we saw, automation center, process mining, AI hub. So yeah, basically same thing we saw on that side. Click on my flows. Yeah, so my flows is what was my apps on that other side. So my flows shows you the workflows that you've created. And workflows, we said these are automations that happen behind the scenes. You don't have to trigger them. You can create automated workflows where if anyone sends you an email, there's a workflow that checks your inbox, checks the subject contents, checks the message content, replies to it, or basically this is something that's happening without you having to trigger it. So scroll up above a little bit. Yeah, so there's two types of flows. There's the cloud flows and then there's desktop flows. So cloud flows are any workflow that is being run online, where, for example, you're doing a connection between your Outlook and say SharePoint, or let's use another example. Assuming the task tracker that Brian had created has a list of tasks and their due date, a Cloudflow can be able to reach to that application, check which of the tasks are due today, and then send Brian an email that, hey, you have this task that's due in the next 1 hour. So that's a Cloudflow. And then a desktop flow is this is another name for RPA, the robotic process automation, and this is for the workflows that are done. This one cannot connect to an API, to another application through an API. So this is for the repetitive tasks. For example, if you have an Excel file that has 1,000 records and you want to feed those records from that Excel file to a system that you have created, let's say we are 18 of us here. So let's say the 18 of us registered for Ujuzi Hub and we have our details on an Excel file. I want to move that data from there to an application that Brian has developed for tracking attendance for this Ujuzi Hub. So instead of doing a copying the name and adding that to the name field, copying the email, doing all that, that's where a desktop flow comes in. So how this works is you just do a sample of what you want to do, and then you record. And then from that recording, it's able to now replicate what you've been doing. So yeah, you just do a recording, it learns from what you've done, and then you start it, and it can complete tasks based off what it saw you do. So it will be picking the name from where so you pick the name, adding that to your system and all of that. Yeah, and then shared with me is for any workflow that you have that is shared by many people. So if Brian creates a workflow and shares with me, then on my machine I'll access it from the shared with me. And then scroll further down. So these are some of the examples of workflows you can create. So you can follow up on a message, schedule a reply to send at the perfect time, forward your emails to a channel, analyze emails, sentiment. So yeah, there's that one that says analyze email sentiment with a build and send results to teams. So these are workflow, assuming we have a feedback form that collects that people fill in, so we can create a workflow that analyzes the emails that have come in from people, gets the sentiment, the feedback. If someone said the course was amazing, it will get the sentiment and then send that result to teams. So it will send to my teams. Just a second. Yeah, so it will like create a summary of the feedback we've got and basically do all of that. So these are just examples of some workflows that you can create and do. And then let's go to the third tab, the Power Pages one. Awesome. So welcome to Power Pages, Brian. So this is a website building. So remember, Power Apps was for applications, mobile apps, web apps, any application that you want. For Power Pages, this is for creating a website, and this is we can equate this to WordPress. Yeah, you can auto create. So you can skip that, Brian. You can auto create a website that anyone can access anonymously through this. So again, it also has you can let AI create for you, or if you scroll further down, there are more ways to create your site. So if you scroll further down, Brian. Yeah, there's other ways to create a site. Start with a template. So for example, click on the start with a template. Yeah, so you can see there's a number of templates available of websites that you can create. So if you want to start with a template, you'll just come here, select a template, and then customize. Where it says company name, you'll do your company name. The pages, if you need a blogs page, you'll just add, just like WordPress, it's drag and drop. You click, you add, you do all this. It's basically low code. But one good thing with all this is that it's low code, but it also has an ability for you to edit it pro code. So if Brian here has knowledge on JavaScript and React or whatever language he would want to develop the website with, he can start here, open this on VS Code, and then do the pro code development, and then push it back online. But for those of us who are not developers, who do not have the React or whichever language that they can develop with, then they can easily come here and, for example, Brian, you can select any of the templates that look good, and then we can see that in action. Yeah, you can preview or choose. So yeah, so this is how it will look like on desktop. Those are the different pages. And then if you click mobile, that's how it will look like on a mobile phone. So yeah, you can choose this template and we can have that going. So click on choose this template, and then yeah, it's telling you to give it a site name. So you can replace site one with a name that you'd want to name your website. And then the next, the web address is the URL. So how you would want URL to read. So you can replace that site with something that you'd want your URL to read. Awesome. And then let's confirm. No, you can remove the www dot. That will be added outer. And then you can remove the, yeah. Okay. Seems like that name is taken. So just yeah, so you can add 254 or just anything on the the site name does not have an issue. The web address is the one that yeah, it has to be unique. So for example, that one works. So you can click on done. And then so that is being created, which may take some time. So after that happens, you can click on the fourth tab, the Power BI. Okay, awesome. So Power BI is the fourth part of Power Platform. Although now Power BI is so big a tool that it also stands on its own under the newly revamped application called Microsoft Fabric. So bottom left, if you click on the Power BI icon, at the bottom, yeah, so you can see there's Fabric, there's Power BI, and yeah, so Power BI was the original one, but now they've created a tool called Fabric, which is an end-to-end, having the whole process of data ingestion, cleaning, data science tools, machine learning, all of that. So Fabric has quite a lot, and I know we'll have one of us taking the team through that one sometime later. So for now, we're just having a look of this. This is called Power BI Service. This is the online version. There's also a desktop application that you can download to create reports. So the whole purpose of Power BI is to create visualizations. I know some of us have done that using Excel and using other tools. So where you have data and you're trying to get meaning from it. If, for example, the 18 of us have our details on an Excel file and want to know to visually see quickly the demographics, how many of us are male, female, those who prefer not to say, age, course, basically the visualization tools that you can, the meaning that you can create, that you can get out of the data we have. And you can see there's a few learning resources here, getting started with Power BI, quick start, getting around in service and all of that. So, we're going, I'm not sure if we'll get that time, but we should be able to see how all of this comes into play together. So for example, let's assume we have an event coming up in campus that we want students to register, and then we want to have a management system that we can be able to view who registered, who has paid, who has done X, Y, Z. we want to have workflows that send email notifications to attendees, that send approvals, that do all of this. And finally, we want to get to view the data live of everything as it is happening. So the 4 tools we have right now can be able to help us create that. So Power Pages is the website piece, which is anyone can access from where they are. So if we create our event on Power Pages, and then we create our event on Power Pages, we send that link to class groups, and then people sign up there. The details they put in go to our table. Let's say we have created a table on Dataverse, so all that details goes to Dataverse. Nice one. You can see your site is almost there, and then I think it's actually complete. Awesome. And then when that data goes there, we can create a Power Apps application that can be our management application for that event, people attending, basically approvals, denials, everything we need to do to manage the attendees. And then Power Automate will be running the workflows for us, sending emails, sending documents, autofilling. If we have certificates and we don't have to go write a person's name on the certificate, we can have Power Automate run a populator document workflow where if a person registered, they pick that name, they add it on the certificate, and they send that via email. So basically, everything is just happening. We don't need to print the certificates to type them. We can even sign those certificates through Power Apps or Power Automate. So I'm just trying to show you how all these tools can work together from start to end, and that's now things that happening without us getting too much involved. So yeah, and then Power BI will now give us finally the visuals, the charts of our event. So we can go back to Power Apps, and then we can, okay, since we are on Power Pages, click on Edit, and then yeah, we have a look at this. So for everyone else, how many of us have access to the accounts and are able to move along in the steps that you're doing? Nice. Kathy has been following along and doing the same things. I see Willie, I see Aston. Nice one. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, so this is Power Pages, this for the website. So you can click on that X to remove this. This just some more information that you're being given. Enable site copilot. You can also close that. Awesome. So yeah, you can even close the copilot on your right. Yeah, although you can use that copilot as well to help you work through. So yeah, so if you click on the company name, yeah, edit site header. Yeah, so this is how you can replace the company name with, I'm not sure if, well, let's use an example of Ujuzi Hub. Let's assume we are creating an event for Ujuzi Hub, so you can replace the company name with Ujuzi Hub. And then if you have an image that you would want it to be the logo for that website, you can click on upload image and replace that image that you have there. And then the styling, the layout, all of this. So this is you editing this on low code, just typing instead of coding. But if you want to edit this using actual code, you'll just you can close that edit site header. And then click on edit code on your top right that has something like the VS Code. Yes, and then click on open Visual Studio Code. It will open on your browser. So some oh, okay, yeah, allow that pop up so that you can see. Okay. Yeah, so that's VS Code opening on the other tab that can help you edit this pro code. So if Brian is more of a pro code person, he can come edit the code here, and then once he's done, so click allow. Once he's done, he'll go back to Power Pages Design Studio, click on sync, and that's how the changes will be pushed back there. So yeah, so I see we are out of time. So what you did today was an introduction to all these tools and how each of them is used. Yeah, so this is HTML if you're editing that side. So we've seen all these tools and how they can work together. I'd want us to do one last thing so if you allow us to continue for like 3 more minutes, we do one last thing, and then at your own time, go play around with the 4 tools we've seen today, and then when we meet next, we can now do an end-to-end practical thing. So go back to Power Apps, Brian. And then on your left, click on plans. And then new plan, the plus button at the top. Okay. And then we can write here, we want to create an end-to-end system. So you can type that. We want to create an end-to-end system for managing applications and attendance for our Ujuzi Hub event. And then, yeah, let's give it more details. Okay, let's see. I want to get an end-to-end system for managing applications and attendance for our Ujuzi Hub event. We want to be able to send notifications. So you can add that. Notifications to registrants. Yeah, there's such a name. Yes, notifications to registrants. And finally view a Power BI report. So click on generate. So what this is supposed to do, this is a plan for our system. So you can see analyzing a business problem. So we want to make sure that we have an end-to-end system. So we want to foolproof it before we start developing. So if you scroll the business problem, end-to-end system, purpose of the plan. So scroll user requirements. You have an event organizer who needs to review and approve applications. Nice. Track application status, all of that. Okay. Keep scrolling. Okay, awesome. So event registrant is someone to just submit an application, receive notification, confirm, and yeah, nice. Looks like what you want. So click on looks good. So yeah, we want to have an end-to-end plan before we can start developing individual applications. So when this plan will be complete, we will be knowing the Power Apps application need to develop. We'll be knowing the Power Automate flows we need to do. We'll be seeing the Power BI project we need to create and all of that. So this is what you're doing. So keep scrolling. Let's see the user processes. Okay, attendance tracking, event performance. Okay, click on looks good. And then now we've gotten to the data model where we will store this information. So the data agent has created tables that you need. We need an event application table, event registrant table, and event attendance table. So click on looks good, and then we get to the most interesting one. Saving the solutions. Yeah, solutions agent. Yeah. So now this is what will advise us on what you need to create. Nice one. So you can see that we need to create a model-driven app. Ujuzi Hub Event Admin. So that's on Power Apps for managing people, those who register. And then Ujuzi Hub Event Registration. That's a site now that's the website for register to apply, confirm attendance, check status, and receive event updates. And then we have Power Automate flow, send updates and notifications, keeping attendees and organizers connected. So click on edit. We even have more. Okay, awesome. So I hadn't seen that. Yeah, we have an attendance exporter. Okay. Actually, click on looks good. I thought we only had 3, but see we have some more. So scroll and let's see the other technologies. yes, I wanted to see the event performance insights. So these are Power BI report. So eventually, we'll have all the 4 tools that we've been looking at today. So yeah, so this is a plan, and then now from this plan, it gets easier to develop each of these applications. So because of time, we'll stop there. Before we meet next, if possible, go through the 4 applications like we've gone through, and then create a plan for the Ujuzi Hub event management. And then when we meet next, we'll now create the objects. And if you can even go ahead and create the app, the automate flow, the report, and all of that for the Ujuzi Hub event. So go have a look at all that and do what you can before we meet. And then next time when we meet, Brian or whoever will volunteer to be our co-presenter on that day will lead us to practically create the whole solution, so that by the end of that 1 hour, we will have the entire end-to-end system. Yeah, so that's it for today, unless we have a question. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much, Brian. Yeah, I'll look for you. Thank you for being our co-presenter. So we'll look for you, and we'll look for you and organize a lunch for you. So thank you, everyone. Let's go practice all this and see you on Friday as we do the final piece.
Okay, welcome. I can see Willie has his hand raised. So
yes, Willie, do you have a question, Willie?
Oh, I think he had raised up to say he was following up.
Okay, awesome. So thank you everyone. That's it for today. Yes, I saw Aston. Yeah, Aston, please share with me Brian's contact if you have it. Yeah, otherwise, thank